Alright, y'all, it's Sunday night. Already got some really cool stuff going on, as you can see. Yes. Thank you. I just love it. It's instantly for me, wherever I go, if it's night, and I connect and like I always do, and do my thing, and in a good vibe and love and appreciation, I always get something. And as you can see, it gets more active the more active we get, right? So it's really cool. I'm just sort of trying to keep an eye on the screen and then on the sky at the same time, which is a pretty interesting dance to learn to do, because I want to see if the anomalies I'm seeing in the sky and the screen at the same time, which will, as I get more equipment and a team, especially when we get this grant, like that's going to give me all the equipment, everything tracking, infrared, night vision, actual tracking equipment that tracks anomalies in the sky. It's not even that expensive, but we're going to set it up in a mobile command center so we can take it anywhere, set it up, have it running, and then go and do our thing, and then come back when we get hits or whenever we want to come out there and connect and bring people and show them or get footage while we're on site, which we'll also be able to get footage while we're not on site, which is what I love about both my projects. This and being Before the Veil on pre-birth experiences. Once I get them set up, this one is going to take more management. Is more field research. Being Before the Veil, once I set that up and it's automated, that thing's going to be running by itself. So that's going to be smooth sailing, dude. And then my goal is to connect. I think these same things are the same. These orbs, these spirits, this energy that we're seeing is the same thing that the same beings I remember from my pre-birth experience, the same beings that helped heal my girlfriend, the same beings that were there during my near-death experience when I was 3, same beings that were there during my overdoses as a teenager, and that whole experience. I had that past life memory where I broke the veil when I was 16, which was just freaking crazy. I mean, that would be a whole podcast right there just talking about that. It was so insane. It was so traumatic for me and my mother, my poor mother. I wonder what she freaking thinks about all that stuff, because I came home after 3 weeks at Myrtle Beach, not sleeping, doing massive amounts of every drug you could think of, a lot of X, a lot of Sid, a lot of crank for the first time. I met this girl, a really hot chick, and her brother was really cool, and her parents had a room downstairs and they were making bathtub crank. Mind you, I was young, I was 16, so meth wasn't even around like that. It was like bathtub crank, and we were trading because I had a bunch of PIs and a bunch of flower bud back in the day, like brick bud, you know what I'm saying? And we were trading. That's the first time I ever did that, and I was mixing that while eating massive amounts of X. And then I came home, went to the mall, sold an old boy a bunch of Sid that was fake, by the way, because I had went in it wasn't fake. I jumped in the pool with it and got it and ruined it. And so it basically was dead, and I still sold it to him like a scumbag, even though he's my friend, supposedly. That's how fucked up I was. Which, if you see something in a second, a plane's about to go by. I don't even know if we're going to pick it up. I can hear it and see it, though, outside of this already. But, yeah, dude, and then I got a bunch of PIs. Like, back then, opiates were nothing. I remember all these kids at school had prescriptions, and their parents had prescriptions, and their families. Literally, they would trade hundreds of those freaking things back then for nothing. Like, they just had no street value because they were so plentiful. They were still flooding the market and getting people addicted at this point. So you could go to school and I could get like 50 PIs for like a dime bag, you know what I mean? Like, and that cost me a couple bucks, you know? So it was, like I said, it was like nothing. And I took a bunch of PIs after not sleeping, came home, overdosed, and my poor mom had to deal with me. And I woke up after I broke the veil and remembered that traumatic past life. And I was beating my mom. I was beating my head against the wall. And I remember that part. I remember talking to who I thought was my girlfriend, but my mom later told me it was my mom. Like, I saw her as my girlfriend because my girlfriend had been looking for me the whole time. I just like dipsetted. I made some lick. Me and my buddy made some lick. We went and bought a bunch of shit and we dipsetted to the beach and got a room and just were trapping, right? And having a fucking blast. And that was the same weekend I got a handcuff on my hand that I had to get off, that I had on my hand for a week, which I'll talk about one day. All right, y'all, stay tuned. Let's see what I can get here. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. All right, y'all have an awesome night.